What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Game Podcast, where every week we talk about games. I'm already messing up because I'm trying to. Normally, we do the movie podcast first, and that's throwing me off. I am your host, Matt Primo. I am here today via Zoom with Christian Valencia, my co-host.
How you doing?
How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
A little off day for you?
It's rare. It's very rare.
Are you enjoying the new set schedule?
Yes and no, but I'm about to change it on Saturday. So I mean,
yeah, but you're still staying on the same schedule, though.
I mean, it's not like a moving truck. It's just the same truck. It's just a different time.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a weekend off in 3 rotations, but whatever.
Whatever.
That's
potato.
Overrated. Oh yeah.
So if you're new here to our channel, every week we talk about 2 games a week, and then we throw in some other nerdy stuff to go along with it. And then we also have some other stuff that we're doing as well. So I'm going to take a few minutes just to discuss with y'all some of the things that we have on the horizon. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/2game. That is the number 2. We have several new things going on with Patreon, and I'm kind of excited to talk about it. The last week, I have been zoned in on Patreon and how to make that a better place, better community for our subscribers and supporters. So through Patreon, normally we used to do uncut, unrated. We're still doing that. But we're also adding other stuff. We're adding a pregame show. We just spent, I don't know, like, what was it, 7 minutes talking before the show. We discussed what was going on. We talked about the Justice League movie. We talked about a little bit about Ninja Turtles. I mean, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff before the show. So you can get that content with being a Patreon supporter as well. And then we also have new segments that we're going to be adding to our shows. For the last few weeks, we've been doing Fuck, Marry, Kill as a Patreon exclusive segment, and it's been getting a lot of praise. So, and I'm having fun with it.
I am too.
And then also, we have this Surfing the Stream podcast. It's a movie review podcast. We review at least 2 movies a week. Right now we're doing Kung Fu in review, and I'm steadily making my way through John Wick. I haven't reviewed the second one in a while. But outside of that, Patreon supporters are getting 2 additional podcasts. Yeah. Christian is going to be the lead guy on an anime podcast. I mean, who knew? Right?
Who knew? I don't know. Not like I was doing music.
So once a week, he's going to be talking about anime. And then I am going to be hosting my own podcast, or my third podcast, second podcast. I don't know. A bunch of podcasts. One's going to be centered around music. So if you're a Patreon supporter, you get the music podcast and the anime podcast, along with the other 3 episodes that you get normally. So the 2 movie reviews and this 2 game episode. And you get all that content not only early, but you get exclusive segments along with it. So Patreon supporters are getting 5 shows a week. We're going to turn into a TV channel here before long, sir.
I'm all right with this. I'll allow it.
So if you like music, if you like our games, but you don't like our movies, go to Patreon. You get the movie podcast. If you like our anime and movies, then you can go to Patreon. And I think there's something in there for everybody, and that's kind of what I wanted to do with those different shows.
I agree.
Yeah. So as far as Surfing the Stream coming up, Kung Fu in review, we're going to be reviewing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon after this episode. We have Justice League coming up in a couple of days on the 18th. We're recording this on the 16th, so we have not seen it yet. And John Wick and then Ninja Turtles is going to be the next review up. And that's it for Surfing the Stream. So let's jump into episode 32. Before we get into episode 32, I do have to mention, shout out to our Patreon supporters. I kind of forgot to do that. I'm all over the place. People are used to it by now. Patreon.com/2game. Shout out to our $20 tier supporters, Carmen Edmonds, Eric Hernandez, and Sharon Petrie. We appreciate y'all supporting us each and every month. We would not be able to do this each and every week if it were not for y'all. So thank you very much. We appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all.
This week we're on episode 32. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna do our playlist as per the normal. We're gonna talk a few minutes about the new Ninja Turtles game that got announced last week.
But is it
so
new?
excited about that?
But is it new?
New. I'm putting air quotes around that. Oh, speaking of which, I'm like all over the place. I don't even know what I want to do right now. We do all of our episodes on YouTube now. So if you're listening to the audio version, you can go onto YouTube and watch us.
My pretty face.
Yeah, see our pretty faces. And I also include gameplay for that week normally on there. Curse of the Gods, which is the second segment that we're gonna be talking about this week. That gameplay will be up. I've been playing that this week and recording it, so you'll be able to see that. After Curse of the Gods, we're gonna be talking Deathloop, and then we're gonna have our Patreon exclusive segment, Fuck, Marry, Kill, and then we're gonna conclude the episode on our weekly recommendation. So, what have you been watching this week?
So I watched Crouching Hidden Tiger. I've watched a lot of YouTube for some odd reason. Like I was trying to get like ideas of other things that we could do on YouTube, and we already do them. It's like no help. I don't know what else to do. I watched some John Wick. And I tried to find the second Crouching Hidden Tiger.
It's on
it's on Netflix. I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, I when we originally started Kung Fu in Review, I looked at it. I was like, "Is this a prequel? Like, or is this a sequel? Because I need to know this beforehand so I don't mess up the original."
Right, and then I've been watching tons of anime. We all know that. That's a given.
For your anime podcast.
I mean, who knows?
I guess you'll have to find out.
What about you, sir?
So yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I watched that. My Best Friend's Girl with Dane Cook.
Yes.
I've watched the two big Dane Cook movies over the last couple of weeks. My Best Friend's Girl and then Good Luck Chuck. I will say after watching both of those, Good Luck Chuck is far superior.
Oh God, yes it is. I'm gonna fuck you till you die.
Fuck you till you die. That movie's hilarious.
It is.
Not as funny as you remember it to be, but it's still pretty funny.
Oh no, it's pretty damn funny. I warm up the grapefruit.
Right. He's standing over by his couch with his butt. I watched the Ip Man series. I concluded that series. So have you watched number 4 yet?
I'm in the process.
So I'm gonna take a second to just talk about Ip Man real quick, because if y'all, like I've mentioned earlier, we're doing Kung Fu in Review. We reviewed the first Ip Man, so you can go check that out on our YouTube or your favorite podcast streaming site. I will say 4 is the dumbest out of the 4.
It's like Bruce Lee heavy.
Is it though? Because he's not in it as much as I thought he was going to be.
Like it's yes and no.
it is the absolute dumbest out of all 4 of them.
I told you. I warned you. I said it verbatim.
But I like it more than I did 3.
I'm just saying. I said it verbatim.
I got 2, 1, 3, and 2, 1, 4, 3.
Like I said,
those are my rankings.
That I was scared to watch it because it was going to be doo-doo.
Yeah, but it has significantly more emotional stuff in it because he, I don't want to spoil anything, but he has something. Yeah,
my statement stands.
but the whole Scott Atkins, military leader, kung fu dude, like it was so over the top and over dramatic, and
yeah,
it was dumb, but I was entertained greatly.
It was.
It's not a bad movie.
No, it's not by any means. But
and then I've watched 2 of the best movies of all time. Never Back Down.
Jazz.
So good. So good. And then being in Kung Fu, Japanese, Chinese, I was like, I gotta watch The Last Samurai.
I was about to say that out loud.
and Nick is all next to me. He's like, that's not a Kung Fu movie. I was like, I don't give a fuck what it is. It's fucking amazing.
Shut your fucking mouth right now. You ever been stricken before?
Yeah, because I'm about to do it.
Question me.
As far as wait, do what?
He got some fucking godlike hair in that fucking movie. Tom Cruise,
Oh.
his fucking hair is magical.
Okay, I've had this discussion with somebody else. The best, well, I'm just going to say it. The sexiest man in any
Troy.
movie of all time, Brad Pitt and Troy.
Oh yeah, all day.
But Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai is pretty close.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
Pretty close. As far as playing, I've been playing a little bit of Bravely Default 2. Still kind of making my way through that. Playing a little bit here and there. I'm still really enjoying it. It's just I'm in that grinding stage, and the grinding is not nearly as bad as other games because you can speed it up. But I really am enjoying that game. And if you're curious about Bravely Default 2 a little more in detail, go to episode 31. We just did a whole segment on that. I've been playing a little bit of Curse of the Dead Gods, which is we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes, and then a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Jeez, I likes it.
Yeah,
I've been playing.
I haven't made it through the cross dressing scene. I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
Yes,
I know
something
it's coming.
Tells me
Shout
you
out.
want to. Something tells me you want to help and do the same thing. I can see you in there in a dress playing the game.
Right, a little cosplay action.
I mean, hey, potato, 2021. But yeah, I've been playing Curse of the Gods. I downloaded that last night. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I played I've been playing some Little Nightmares too. Finally beat the first one fully. First one was meh. I like the second one way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Oh yeah.
How do you feel about the combat?
It's just timing. It really is more skill based than it is.
And then if you're just like off just a little bit, like if the enemy is behind you in front of the camera, it's so hard to time that right.
And then what else? Then like as many times as I died in the first one, I'm used to dying. I don't care anymore. I don't give a shit. Fucking daddy long arms fucking just killing me left and right.
Right. I think that's gonna be when we get to our game of the year awards at the end of the year. I think Little Nightmares 2 is going to be the perfect bedtime game. I think that'll end up winning that award because not only is it super dark, like it's hard to see in that game. Not like dark as in like it is actually dark. Like
it's creepy as fuck.
The themes and shit is dark, but it's actually a dark game. It's kind of hard to see. So it's perfect for bedtime.
Yeah. And then I was just downloaded Skull, the Hero Killer that we talked about a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go check that out, by all means, check it out. It's on sale right now on Steam for $16. It's usually $20. I mean, I'll say $3. I don't care.
You know, you can do a lot with $4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
$4 make you holla?
What you doing? But yeah, it's really fun. Like it's same difficulty as Curse of the Gods, but it has a little entertainment factor with it. But yeah, we talked about that previously playing it, but actually putting my hands on it, shout out. It's a whole different feeling. And shout out.
That's what we shout out so early.
That's what Yes, that's what I said.
I don't even know who's saying what now.
Dramatic effect.
So listening this week, I've been listening to some new bands. I listened to this new core playlist on Spotify, and I'm kind of dipping my toes in these other bands. So I'm gonna mention them, but I'm not gonna give my stamp of approval and say these bands are amazing by any means because I haven't listened to them that much. I listened to Alter Bridge for my podcast. They were the first album that I reviewed on that Patreon exclusive podcast. But listen to some Demon Hunter because they're amazing. Did you check them out, sir?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see it from here.
You can feel it. I promise.
So how did you listen to the albums? How I told you to listen to them from Triptych on? Or
no, I started from the beginning. I did beginning up.
Oh, you went to the originals.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. You're
The,
like, oh, I need you to check this one out. I'm like, I'm not there yet.
they have that song, My Heartstrings Come Undone, which is in the Summer of Darkness album. And it's on their newest album, the acoustic version of it. Bro, it's so sexy.
Yes, it is pretty nice. I like it.
Sexy. So Demon Hunter, and then the two new bands that I've been checking out. Days of June, DAZE. Decent. I wouldn't say anything to stand up and shout about like Crystal Lake or anything like that we've recently found, but they're pretty dang good. Avalanche Effect. So they have this new song on this new core playlist I was talking about. It's called The Veil. Dude, I don't know what it is about the song, but I fucking love it. And obviously this new song is not off of their previous album, so they're coming out with a new album, but their previous album, it's like okay, yeah, I mean, I like some of the stuff that you're doing, but not really. I don't know, I gotta listen to it a little bit more. But the new song, it's awesome.
Cheers. Watch that be the only one in the whole
right album. Hey, you knocked one, you got my stamp of approval for one song, so that's fair. That's a compliment.
I can argue that. I've been listening to some I Prevail Still, Love and Death. Me and the kids really enjoyed that one for some odd reason. And then Demon Hunter. I mean, I haven't introduced the kids to that yet, but it's coming. But other than that, I haven't really listened to anything of note other than what you tell me to go listen to. And then I either like it or I don't, and then I don't even mention it.
So I listened to Love and Death, and my thoughts on that, they're okay. Personally, my issue is they sound so much like Korn that I can't help but compare them to Korn, and Korn just does it better.
I mean, obviously, duh. We grew up with that.
Yeah, it's just that's what happens when you try to use your influences so strong. I mean, granted, one of the dudes from the band is in it, but that's neither here nor there. I feel like if you're gonna make a side project, you have to make it different than your main project for that reason.
I mean, Corey Taylor doesn't do that. He sounds exactly like the same.
No, Stone Sour and Slipknot do not sound alike. They used to sound alike. They don't anymore.
I'm getting at. They used to. Keyword.
Yeah, and then they kind of made their own way.
Yeah. My statement stands. And yet we still listen to Stone Sour, so whatever.
Because they're amazing. Fuck you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
With the exclusion of like one album. Audio Secrecy.
we don't talk about that.
It is one of the most disappointing albums of my life. So let's jump into the segments for this week, because I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time on Curse of the Dead Gods. So we need to get through these segments.
Indeed.
Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge got announced this week for PC and consoles. No specific date. It's been developed by Dotimo. I don't know how to say it. Go fuck yourselves. But did you watch the trailer, huh?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. It's literally the remake of the 1989 one.
So I started playing it. I was working with Nick when we watched it, and the animated series song came on there. I was like, bro, that's hot. I was like, dude, are we gonna get like gameplay? Like, this looks good. Like, this looks sexy. I mean, I'm all in just based off the CGI trailer at the very beginning. But it's like, I want to know what kind of game this is. And then they show you gameplay, and you're like, bruh, yes.
I mean, it looks good as shit.
Fucking what I wanted.
It is actually exactly what I wanted for like now. Don't get me wrong, I'll still play the old one if it's presented in front of me. I'm not gonna say no, but I'm kind of worried about they're gonna because you can't just remake it and keep the old shit. I mean, the old shit's still good, but if you're gonna revamp it, you're gonna put something in it.
So yeah, I think they're gonna try to they're gonna give you the same gameplay as some of the older games, but it's gonna be like improved mechanics and improved quality of life improvements in it. So it's not as old, I guess.
It is single player and online co-op, which is
4 players.
we may have to look into. So,
well, so I'm curious if it comes on Switch.
It does.
It said consoles. It didn't say Switch.
It's PS, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo is what it's been announced for.
I didn't see that anywhere.
I looked it up last night. It's on Nintendo.
Well, if it comes on Switch, I don't know. That would be the I may buy it twice. It may be like Dead Cells.
I may buy it twice. I may buy it once for the Switch.
It looks like it would be really good for the Switch, but if I'm gonna play online and shit, I kind of want to go to my PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't blame you, but if you're not in front of your PlayStation,
yeah, I'll probably end up getting it for the Switch. So yeah, basically, if you're not familiar with the old Ninja Turtle games, I remember what was it, Turtles in Time?
Yep.
That was so good. So good. It was hard as fuck, though. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. All of them back then were hard.
Do you remember the Power Rangers game that was kind of similar? It came out around the same time.
Yeah, on the NES and Genesis.
It also came out on... Did it come out on the N64? Was this before the N64?
Before the N64. It was Sega Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and they had one for the Game Boy.
It's probably the Super Nintendo then. Oh, dude, I loved that Power Rangers game.
Oh yeah, I even had the movie
scrolling
one. The movie one was amazing too.
Ooh, I wish I could just play it again.
I have the movie one here at home.
Ooh,
I do.
Well, we might have a little pants party.
If I had Sega Genesis, yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, so you have no you have the game but no console to play it?
Right? I had a mock one where it had like the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, and something else all in one, and it was like it didn't last long.
Oh,
shout out.
So basically, like I said, it's like the old Ninja Turtle games. It has pixel art graphics. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up style game, classic brawler. And like Christian mentioned, you can play up to 4 players simultaneously, co-op. And I'm curious, sir. They say you can play with iconic characters. They would have just said the iconic turtles. They said characters. So I wonder if you can play with like Splinter and old Casey and April.
I can see that.
God, could you imagine
unlocking all the other ones too, like Shredder? I mean, sure, I'm sure you probably could play as them too.
That'd be so hot.
Like after you beat it, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine going through that game as Splinter? Bruh.
Oh, that'd be hot. It'd be like Master Yoda fighting everything.
Or Casey with his damn hockey stick.
I would just shoot hockey pucks at everybody's face.
Shout out. So yeah, there's no release date as of yet, but I have to say I am really hyped for this game. And
oh yeah,
I can't wait to get my hands on it. Shout out.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, I think back of just playing the old Ninja Turtles, and then you had Battletoads, and you had Double Dragons, and I think you had like the Simpsons. I remember playing that, like the skating rings. You had the Simpsons game you would play over there, and it was side-scrolling beat 'em up game. It was great.
I really wanted to buy one of those little arcade cabinets from Walmart.
Oh yeah,
but because it has Turtles in Time in it. But I'm like, where the hell would I put that in my house? I can't even have my own studio for our podcast.
Does it matter where you have it as long as you have it?
Yeah, but I can have a spot to put it in so I can play it. I'll put it right next to my bed.
There you go. Should just
get out of bed, play a little Turtles in Time before I go to work.
I mean, I don't blame you. I probably would never go to work.
All right. So let's talk about the big segment for the week. This is probably going to take up a lot of our time. Curse of the Dead Gods. It was released February 23rd, 2021. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch. Now, originally, it looked more like a Switch style game to me. I was going to get it on the Switch, but for the podcast, I was like, I could really record some gameplay with this. So I got it on PlayStation. Its developer is Past Tech Games. It's a roguelike action game full of fast-paced combat and intense challenges. AKA, it looks like Hades.
It looks like Hades and plays like Dark Souls.
Uh,
It plays like Dark Souls. You are rolling around if you can't parry.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll give you that. But it's kind of similar to Hades in the gameplay. For me.
It's like 100%. Like there's that 1% of fucking Dark Souls.
Because he has the arrows that you can shoot,
art style and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, all that looks just like Hades. When I saw the game and I was doing research for it and I was deciding whether I wanted to buy it, I was like, I liked Hades. I actually did like Hades a lot. I fell off of it, and I need to go back to it and eventually play it or beat it. Excuse me. And my issue with this game before I bought it was I just don't know if it's going to grab me like Hades.
Try it out.
It just right. I don't know. My issue was it looks so similar. Why would I play another game like Hades when I can just go play Hades?
I mean, I completely agree, but this one, after playing it, it is a whole different monster than Hades.
It is. On the surface, it looks like Hades. And my God, is it not like Hades at all?
I could tell because in Hades, I can roll around and play my play style. You have a focused play style on that. And it aggravates shit at me.
So you're not liking it so far?
I enjoy it, but I don't like the fact that I have to constantly watch my stamina bar.
Yes.
Which depletes if you fart
quickly.
The wrong way.
That I will 100% agree with you. That is the one thing that is getting me so far. And if you're listening to us on YouTube or watching us on YouTube, I should say, you're actually able to see me play through this game right now. That's one of the things that is killing me the most right now is stamina.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you run out of stamina, you're done.
You're like, there's no rolling. The only thing you can do is block, and half the time you can't even block them things.
No. I will say parrying is a lot easier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, but if you have 4 of them coming at you, you can't parry all 4.
Exactly.
You're gonna
conundrum. But yeah, the stamina is probably the biggest thing that I'm trying to get used to, and what is it, R2 for rolling
or
for dodging?
Mine's on. I have it on the Switch, so mine's are the right trigger. Well, I mean, technically, yeah, right trigger.
Yeah. So I'm used to, I don't know, when I'm playing like Dead Cells and stuff like that, I'm used to circle being the roll button. So it's throwing me off. So stamina and the circle button. Well, circle button is used for your two-handed weapons. You know what? I wasn't gonna fuck with it. I was just gonna leave it like it is, and I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna learn to play it like they wanted me to. You know.
Yeah, mine. Like, I don't know if it's the buttons or the reaction. Like, whenever I go to parry, because I'm waiting for the attack. So, because it destroys their armor for like a short period of time, and like I'll push it, and I don't know if the response isn't fast enough, or because they give you a little blink whenever it does it, but it's still like, I don't know if it's just a signal or you have to be quicker than that, or I don't know.
I feel like the game moves faster than you move sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like they're shooting all kinds. It's fucking chaotic.
Oh yeah.
Because they throw, sometimes there's 6 to 7 enemies out at you. And whereas in Hades, the monsters kind of went by slowly. They threw you in a ring full of a bunch of people, a bunch of enemies, but they were moving more slowly while you were moving fast. And I feel like it's reversed here, where you're moving kind of slow because up to this point, you're not running very fast. And the only way you're getting around that arena is by dodging and rolling. And so they're moving fast, but you're moving slow. It's weird.
Oh yeah, it's like I'll catch myself attacking, like, and I'm usually more, I dive in, I'll attack and see if I can get you down, and then I'll roll out. By the time I finish attacking, oh shit, I don't have no stamina and I can't roll.
Right.
So just eat like 7 attacks to the face.
I got to the to the first boss last night. And have you gotten to the first boss yet?
I beat him already.
Yeah, I had like no health when I got there, and his
fir-
dogs fucking whipped my ass.
The first time I went in there, I got full corruption. So when you get full corruption, you lose health
Mm-hmm.
gradually till you stop at 1. Yeah, imagine going in there with like 500 health and just depleting. Not like 1, it's depleting like 3, 5, 3, 2. Like it just randomizes, and then stops at 1, and then you get hit and you're dead.
It's like getting poison in like Dark Souls,
Oh
or
yeah,
in, like Pokemon. You take like a step, you lose health.
no, you don't even have to take a step. You just stand there and you take shit. I'm like, fuck.
I haven't gotten that yet. So we're obviously kind of talking about this game kind of passively right now. So we'll kind of get more in depth with this game for y'all. It's like I said, it looks a lot like Hades. It's similar gameplay, but it's kind of its own thing. And as far as the storytelling, I think that's the biggest difference between Hades and this game.
Oh yeah.
Hades, you're getting this elaborate story. You're very, focused on the story. You want to die so you can get more story.
Character driven by all means.
And this one is the exact opposite.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. There are some little codex entries for like lore, but you have to go look at that. Yeah. You have to go explore that. And that's a little Dark Soulsy. I understand that. But that's basically the only story you're getting. Like I couldn't tell you what's going on in the game. An hour. Basically, from what I've been able to tell, it's like a map. It's like a circle.
Oh no.
They give you a map and you have different waypoints that you can go to. Like you start off with 3 different spots you can start at, and then you can take another path or this path or that path.
Basically, it has like what, gold, I think, and weapons. Like in each one has their own thing.
Yeah, attributes, relics. It's kind of like in Hades, when you get to the end of the level and you beat all the enemies, you can go in this door or that door, and it branches off. It's exactly like that, except you can see which path you're going in.
Yep.
As you move, so you can choose whether you want. Oh, I see that I'm getting relics in 2 stages, so I'm gonna go this way to get to that point. And levels are divided into 3 different temples. And that is something that's very interesting to me. I feel like this game it gives you smaller victories because they don't just throw you at the very beginning and then it's like Hades. You have to progress through the entire story. And if you die, you have to start all over and then get through that again. This one, they set you off with one temple. You get through the levels, beat that temple. Oh, big victory. And then eventually, as you progress through the game and you beat all the temples, then you can start making your way through all the levels, and it gives you little small victories here and there.
I've noticed it's very light oriented too. Like you have a torch, you have to walk around, and like it does matter. Like if you don't have, they do more damage to you in the dark. So you'll have like little torches on the side that you have to light, which they can blow out or destroy. But then I found some weapons that do more damage in the dark. So I mean,
conundrum.
Do I want the light? But there's some of them like you can't. There's traps that don't only show up in the dark too. So I mean,
the traps. Fuck those traps.
Fuck those traps.
Like I keep thinking that I can run across these traps, and there's no running. And I get hit by them. I'm like, God damn it. And then I start rolling, and then I still get hit by them. I'm like, I fucking hate y'all.
So you run out of stamina and you still get hit?
Yes. But you can set these traps off for the enemies, and it's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, dude. They had
the fire ones.
The wind turret one, the one that spins and then follows you, kind of curves. Oh, I had that one. It curves at you. Like it lets off and it comes, and then like as you walk, it comes at you. Oh yeah, it's nasty.
The statues that breathe fire or shoot out fire, I'll kind of like shepherd all the enemies towards me, and then I'll just set it on fire, and then it blows the fire on them and it kills them all. I'm like, yes, good.
I do that with traps on the ground, like the mines. I'll run by them. Like I'll get a bunch of people and I'll run by them, and then bam, I was like, yeah. I still get hit by somehow magic, but whatever.
For those curious, I'm from what I've been researching, it's about a 30-hour game, which on the surface, when I was doing the research and it said it's made up of 3 temples and there's like there's a bunch of stages within those temples, but I was like, I don't know, how long is this game?
Technically, there's
Do
10.
what?
Technically,
10?
there's 10. 'Cause you
9
get the
plus
first 3, and then you got the 6, and then that last top one.
Okay.
I believe that's what it is. Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, is this gonna be a long game? Is this gonna be like 10, 15 hours maybe? Because it does, like I said, do a good job of kind of pushing you along. It's not as you're not stuck as much as you are in like I don't feel like in the early stages, like in Dead Cells and in Hades, because that first run that I did, I beat 66% of the first temple. And I was like, I beat 66% of it already? I mean, how hard does this actually get?
Shout out.
And I do like that, how they, once you die, they give you the stats of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like who fucked you up the most in that temple, who gave you the most damage. Myself.
Myself did.
It gives you time that you played it. It gives you like, oh, new record. So it's almost kind of like arcadey in that sense. And I really do enjoy that aspect. It's such a little minor touch, but I like it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, it's fun, but like the combat system, they need to like do something with that.
See, I don't mind it.
I mean, but you like Dark Souls. I don't.
Yeah, this is true. The only thing that's fucking me up right now, and that's coming from a guy that loves Dark Souls, is the fucking stamina. I'm just not used to it. Not in one of these style games, anyways.
What kind of weapons have you had? I've had the darts, not the darts, the daggers, a machete, a bow, a whip.
I've had the whip
And the gun,
spear.
obviously. I
See,
didn't grab the spear. I've seen it.
I haven't got the gun or anything like that.
And then I had the poison claws, which are my favorite.
Ooh, poison
claws. They're so quick. They like almost feel like you're double attacking with one attack. Mm-hmm. So I can eat somebody's health really quickly while poisoning them. So if I attack like say 6 times, then I can roll off that last one, and then you can probably die from the poison. But I mean, that was the only one that and the bow are probably my favorite. But that's a 2-handed. So
yeah, I haven't got much use out of the other weapons. Like I haven't used them. It's mainly been the sword and the whip and the spear.
The whip basically
takes too long. Far as it does. It looks cool though. But
it does.
It looks cool. I feel like I'm Belmont. I feel like I'm in Castlevania.
I thought of more of Dead Cells when I first saw it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have reach, and they're not gonna. No, it's not like that.
Oh,
they destroyed me. I'm like, oh, why am I not attacking so fast?
So just to jump in through the last little bit before we get into our next segment, currencies, jade rings, and crystal skulls. Those are how you get permanent upgrades for the stuff to actually progress you through the game. Crystal skulls collect through enemies, champions, and elites, or daily events. And you spend those on blessings, weapon altars, and divine favors. I'm not going to get into what each specific thing is in the game. Divine favors basically is like a reroll of a shop throughout the course of the levels. So you can, if you don't like what you get a little divine favor and you reroll it. Jade rings, you defeat a champion or a dark avatar. I don't know what a dark avatar is because I haven't gotten to that point yet.
I don't know.
No clue. But that expands your arsenal of weapons, kind of like Dead Cells, how you get you steadily get more weapons. And then Christian had mentioned this a few minutes ago, corruption. And that's another thing that you have to, yeah, that's another huge thing that you're having to keep your eye on. And I think that there's so much going on that you have to pay attention to in this game. And I think that's what's kind of grabbing me the most, because you're having to pay attention to your stamina. You're having to pay attention to your health. You're having to pay attention to the shit that the enemies are dropping. You're having to pay attention to the traps. And then you're having to pay attention to the curses and the corruption meter at the bottom of your screen. There's just so much shit going on at once. It's kind of overwhelming at first for me.
Oh yeah.
So basically the corruption meter fills up, and then once it fills up to the top, you get cursed. And it fills up by getting darkness damage, by entering another room, or when you're at an altar at the end of that particular stage, you can offer a blood sacrifice, basically a blood offering. And like if you don't have enough gold to buy the weapon, you can offer blood to get that weapon, but it increases your corruption meter. And then when you go into the next room, your corruption meter goes up more. And then eventually, once it hits 100, you get corrupted and you get a curse. And you can stack that 5 times until you get your 5th and final curse. And that's when
you lose health.
Yeah, you start losing health. Have you been able to find out what curses are which? Because I'm still question marks.
It's randomized. So each curse is, like I said, completely randomized. Like I have some that like decrease the gold amount, but also give me less damage taken.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll have some that.
But does the actual screen tell you what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't got that far yet. Then.
Like when you get one, when you enter the next room and it changes, it'll pop up. Like when you see yourself doing like that and screaming in a little cutscene, it'll pop up right after. You probably press B too fast.
No, it has question marks, and it says you can't figure out what this curse is.
Oh, mine tells me what it is.
I don't know.
Mine tells me.
So me personally, as far as end of the year game discussions, right now I'm really enjoying it, but I've only played an hour of it. So Christian's played a little bit longer.
Second temple, and I got to the boss in Second Temple. He's a dick. He's a dick. But
yeah, I don't know where this is going to fit in my end of the year discussions.
It's not,
but I'm having a lot of fun with it so far.
I mean, I can have fun, but it's not.
It's not. I'm really big into roguelikes. Like since Dead Cells came out, you say roguelike,
I enjoyed Dead Cells.
I'm there.
I enjoyed Dead Cells and I enjoyed Hades. This is
bullshit.
Think it's the combat. The combat is probably the worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only way to get good weapons to stay alive is because they don't give you gold for shit.
They don't.
And you get corruption for buying the weapon. So like you'll have a 40 or 60 or an 80 level of corruption added for good weapons.
Yeah. So to get good weapons, you have to fuck yourself, basically.
Basically, in a nutshell. And I don't like it.
All right, moving on to our next game that we're talking about this week, Deathloop. It's kind of that stylish game that's been kind of peeking around through the PlayStation events over the last, I don't know, year or so. It's not a game originally that I was super excited about. I was like, I don't know. But hey, it's a roguelike, kinda. So
I enjoyed it. I watched the review on it. It looks fun as shit.
Yeah, after watching some gameplay of it, I'm like, this looks kind of like and I hate saying this because I say it every damn week. It almost looks like Destiny. Anytime a shooter comes out, I'm like, it kind of looks like Destiny.
That's the only game you've ever played.
It is. So go fuck yourselves. But it's, I guess I didn't understand what the game was before giving an opinion on it. I just saw the action, the stylized trailer, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But actually watching gameplay, it looks like it's fast paced, like a first person shooter, kind of like Destiny. And basically you're in this time loop and it's involving 24-hour days. So at the end of the 24 hours, or let me rephrase that. In 24 hours, you have that amount of time to kill 8 targets. It's kind of like Hitman. It's like a stylized Hitman puzzle. They described it as a murder puzzle, is what they called it.
Technically, you're murdering everyone.
Exactly. So you have to kill 8 targets within that 24 hours. If you don't kill them within 24 hours, the time loop, the circle starts over.
The circle.
So it starts over, and you have to start all the way from the beginning. And on the surface, that doesn't seem like how do you get that much replay value out of that, But I was doing some more research, and come to find out, you have to kill them a certain way to progress. So you can kill them this way, but it actually you killed them the wrong way. And then another big thing is you have someone coming after you, trying to kill you while you're trying to kill them. And this is Juliana, who is the character that's trying to kill you. Now, the cool thing about this is, I don't know if you found this when you were researching the game. Basically, she's an AI controlled character that tries to kill you. Or you can do it Dark Souls style. And let's say you're playing Deathloop and I want to play Deathloop, but I want to play as Juliana. I can invade your game as Juliana and try to kill you. Or I can help you. Or I can help you in your quest. So
I'm better at shooters than you. Good luck.
That's not saying much.
Good luck. That's all I'm saying.
So I think that's an interesting gameplay mechanic that it would be fun to explore, because you never know, oh, this person just invaded my game. Are they here to kill me, or are they here to help me? And then they fuck you, and you're like, oh, I guess they're here to kill me.
They're usually here to kill you. There's no help.
Yeah, who wants to go help you? I want to kill you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So when I did some investigation, I learned that all your choices matter. Like he was saying earlier, the way you killed him or this, it matters. So in the world, there's clues. So say the first guy you got to kill to get to the next guy, but there's clues saying at this time he's going to find some kind of cure or something, and he's not going to go to this party this other guy's hosting. So he's not going to go. Mm-hmm. But if you destroy the cure before he does whatever, then he's going to go to the party with the other dude, and you just killed 2 people in one sitting. That's basically the game. Because I watched the gameplay of one, and literally you find clues to and you have to not corrupt, but sabotage to get to where you need him to be. Mm-hmm. And it's, just that in general sounds fun as shit.
Fun. It sounds super fun.
And then, you can go in and you can be sneaky. You can go in there and shoot out everybody. Sometimes I like to be sneaky, but a lot of times I like to just walk in and just blast you in the face.
Shout out. Jinx, show me coat.
Fuck you.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm strictly an offensive guy. I don't play any defense. So I go in guns blazing.
Go in, ha.
Mistake. So if we haven't done a really good job of kind of explaining this game or trying to hook you on this game, I'll give you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of the story. You're a soldier turned assassin named Colt, who will run, shoot, and stab his way to freedom from a never-ending day on the island Black Reef. And you, like I said, you need to track down 8 different targets and kill them over the course of that 24 hours. And you have the entire city as your playground. And it's almost like Breath of the Wild style, where it all opens up and you can do it however you want to, but you got to figure out the way that they want you to kill them. As far as the story goes. Efficient. Yes. And then, like I said, 24 hours or you have to start all over again. And like I said, murder puzzle. And I heard that it's kind of similar combat style to Dishonored. So they give you power-ups as well that you can do, teleport across the city and whatnot. I never played Dishonored, so I can't really go too deep into.
Yeah, you can teleport, and you can. I think their guns is not even bullets. I think it's random nails or whatever you can find. That's what I saw. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with this.
You have any other thoughts on Deathloop, sir?
No, man. It comes out on PlayStation 5. Is the only thing I saw it coming out on. I'm sure it'll come out on Xbox, but we'll see.
May 21st is when it comes out. It's a PS5 exclusive, timed exclusive, is what I read. So yeah,
like I said, it's gonna come out for that
eventually. So we're gonna jump into our Patreon exclusive segment called Fuck, Marry, Kill. So if you want to hear our pregame show and our Patreon exclusive segment, Fuck, Marry, Kill, patreon.com/2game. Otherwise, you're gonna hear the end of the episode. All right, guys, we're back to your regular programming with the end of our episode, and we're gonna conclude it with our weekly recommendation. Sir, what do you recommend to these fine people this week?
Right. So I recommend. I had looked at it. Why don't you hit yours? I got to pull mine up again because I wrote it down, but I lost it.
So Carmen Edmonds, who is a shout out tier member of our Patreon, patreon.com/2game. And she recommended this movie Mortal to me off of Amazon Prime. It's an Amazon exclusive or Amazon original, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it was really, really good. And it took me a while to start watching it because I was like, I got other shit I gotta watch. I don't know. I generally do not like any of the Amazon original movies, just generally.
I can see that.
And I started watching it, and it's not all in English. There's some English in it, but for the most part, it's another foreign film. I think it's all in Norwegian or something.
Nah, whales, welcome to the ocean.
So I don't want to spoil too much about this movie because I feel like that is like the mystical side of it is not knowing what you're getting yourself into. But I will say, if you like Brightburn, you may like this movie.
I like Brightburn.
It doesn't have the horror elements, and it doesn't have the killings, the awesome kills that happens in Brightburn. But imagine what they did with Superman if they did that with a Marvel character. I won't spoil which Marvel character, but he's
I'm gonna go ahead and say Captain America.
Well, I've already kind of given you a hint on what it is already. You just have to piece what I have already said together.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
So yeah, just imagine an evil Marvel character, like MCU, big name, and that's what you're getting. And the ending, fucking fantastic. It's fantastic.
Did that a little way too well, bro.
The ending had me one of the goes, oh shit, kind of moments.
Like
fuck. It gave me an audible oh shit moment. So yeah,
don't repeat
Mortal on Amazon Prime. Go check it out. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. It was really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. What about you, sir?
So, did I talk about that anime Taboo Tattoo last time? I think I did. About tattoos?
Maybe.
I think I did.
We've definitely talked about it.
I know we've talked about it. I don't think I talked about it on here. So anyway, I'm gonna recommend Taboo Tattoo. It's on Crunchyroll. It's in English, dubbed. Basically, in a nutshell, there's tattoos. I mean, it's in the name, whatever. And I don't know. So basically, Japan and the USA are pretty much going at it over these tattoos. So the kingdom, Japan, and USA, and they don't even really mention who the kingdom is. It's just the kingdom. And they're trying to get these tattoos, and there's 4 of the triggerless tattoos that combine and make this really badass. I haven't gotten that far yet, but it's supposed to make a badass fucking tattoo and pretty much superior to everything. So each tattoo has a trigger. So, and it doesn't tell you what the trigger is. You have to find the trigger that activates it. So some of the USA bullets will do it. Chalk will do it. Blood will do it. And then obviously the triggerless one, you don't really need anything because it's obviously in the name. But this kid gets one of the four of the Tricholus, and he gets brought into this war, and like I tell you, he goes through some pain and suffering because like his friends get killed and all in front of him and tortured and shit like that. And like the tattoos, the source, they live in you, and they provide you only so much power before they take your life force instead, and then they kill you, and then they're nothing, which makes kind of no sense because if they kill you, they're nothing. But whatever. It's an anime from Japan. What do you expect?
Taboo tattoo. Cool.
I mean, it's good. It's fucking gory as shit. It reminds me like of Goblin Slayer. How much blood there is?
Ooh.
It's not as good as Goblin Slayer, but it's still pretty good. I mean,
fair enough.
Nothing can be like that, but whatever.
No, Goblin Slayer. Great. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to conclude episode number 32. We appreciate y'all joining us this week and hearing us talk about games. And like I said, if you would rather the video version of this, watching our beautiful faces, go to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, because I'm gonna start including the links to both in each link that I share. So if you're listening to this on like Spotify or whatever, I'm gonna include the link to our YouTube channel on there, so you can go over there. 2 Game Podcasts. We're kind of hard to find on YouTube right now. I don't know what that is, but make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button on YouTube so you get the little notifications. Yeah, hit the little bell so you get the notifications when we post new content. And yeah, we appreciate y'all joining us, and we'll catch y'all next time on another episode.
Laters.